So let's get into the messy middle of nap transitions, because every single time your child is ready to transition down in naps, they are going to hit this spot where things are messy, things are crazy, and you're going to feel like their sleep is broken, but it's actually not. It's progressing in the way that it should, but things have to kind of fall apart before they can come together again. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to get through that messy middle so that you can transition on the other side with a baby that has amazing naps for the next couple months until they're ready to transition down again. So if we haven't met before, hi, my name's Jensine. I'm a certified pediatric sleep consultant, certified postpartum doula, mom of 3, and I take sleep science and real life strategies to pair them together to give you the sleep your family deserves. So let's get right into it. So nap transitions happen because sleep needs change. So right about 4 months, children transition down to 3 naps. Right around 6 months, children transition down to 2 naps. Right around 15 months, children transition down to 1 nap. And somewhere between 3 and 5, children drop naps altogether. So at each one of those stages, naps become messy because your child is going to need a longer awake window to sustain their nap time. And then that means that nap is also getting longer. So for example, at 4 months, they're doing 3 naps and each nap is an hour long and they're awake for 2 hours at a time. When we're ready to transition to 2 naps around 6 months old, that awake window is going to stretch to 3 hours, and those naps are now going to also extend to an hour and a half. So we're going from shorter awake window, shorter naps, to longer awake window, longer naps. And that's the trend that keeps going. So it's really hard to know when that transition is ready to happen, but there are a couple of telltale signs. When your child is not seeming tired at their nap time, when you're trying to put them down for a nap or you go to put them down for a nap and it seems like they still have a ton of energy, they can still play for a while longer, it probably means they need that longer wake window to be able to build up enough sleep pressure to be able to sleep for their full nap. Which is another sign that you'll see that they'll start waking early from that nap. It means that awake window is not enough to sustain that full nap that they're now going to need. So those are 2 telltale signs that you know that, okay, naps were going really well and now they're taking a longer time to fall asleep. They're having a harder time falling asleep. They're not staying asleep for as long. They're getting close to these ages that these transitions typically happen. Now is probably the time where we're going to start thinking about making that transition down a nap. The biggest thing is also that naps becoming consistent. I was just talking to a family and I have a call with them today because they reached out. We had done sleep training together months ago. Everything was going well. But now that their little one is needing to transition to 1 nap, he's having a really hard time. He was doing well initially, but then he started skipping naps. So he was taking good, consistent naps as they first did the transition. Then he started skipping maybe 1 nap every 4 or 5 days. Then he started skipping 2 naps out of 7 days. And then now it's just increased. So I knew, okay, this is the time that we want to hop on the phone, see what's going on. Somewhere in this schedule, things aren't adding up. So we need to make some adjustments so that it can continue to be consistent as they're moving forward. So if naps also start to get really inconsistent, that's also another sign that you know, okay, we are going to have to start making some changes. The next thing to remember is that the messy middle is so completely normal. Please don't feel like you're doing anything wrong or your child is doing anything wrong if their sleep schedule starts to fall apart. Oftentimes in this messy middle, naps are the real culprit. They're the thing that's kind of driving all of the sleep changes, but we may see some changes to overnight too. It may also be taking them a longer time to fall asleep, or they might be falling asleep really quickly but starting to have false starts where they're waking up soon after they're going down, or they could have been sleeping through the night for months and then we're starting to see some pop-up wake-ups either overnight or early in the morning. So again, if any of those are messed up, don't worry. Don't feel like you have to do a complete overhaul and that, again, sleep is falling apart. It really just means we need to look at their nap schedule during the day, the timing. If they're not on a set schedule, we want to get them onto a set schedule. We want to make sure that those naps are coming at the same time every day. And we're doing the correct steps to transition them to the next nap down. We don't want to be kind of wavering between the two. where if you're moving from 2 to 3 naps, some days you're offering 2 naps, some days you're offering 3 naps. Once you make that choice, you really want to stick to that and not be inconsistent and going between the 2 naps. Once you make the transition, we're transitioning to 2 full naps. You were only offering 2 full naps and you're adjusting bedtime. And the last thing, now that I said bedtime, that you want to think about is we have to protect bedtime. That is the thing that is most important to anchor. Bedtimes and mornings. We cannot let the nap transition completely throw off bedtime. So if anything else, protect the bedtime and adjust the naps. We really want to make sure that bedtime isn't moved, isn't done differently, because that's going to be your anchor to keep the nights on track, which is going to make it easier for the naps. It's always a little bit of a chicken and egg situation, because if the naps are all messed up, then that leads to bad overnights. If overnights are messed up, then it's going to lead to bad naps. But really, I'm not sure which comes first, the chicken or egg, but I know which comes first in this situation, and it's nights. We really have to protect that bedtime so we can have a good overnight, so that the naps can be good on the other end of it. So if you are really struggling with your nap transition, you feel like you've been in this messy middle for longer than about a week, 10 days, absolutely tops, then we need to chat. All you have to do is reach out, post a comment below and let me know, I'm in the messy middle, how do I get out? And we can either hop on a call or I can help walk you through what the next steps are, because you should not be in this messy middle space for very long. It should be a relatively quick transition. And while it can take a full couple of weeks for your child to really solidify, if they're moving to 1 nap, sometimes it takes them a little bit longer to get another full 2.5, 3 hour nap, but they should be taking a consistent nap at the same time every single day. And if that's not happening, if they're refusing the nap, if they're having a hard time going down for the nap, if they're waking up way earlier than they should be and not taking solid naps, then we need to chat ASAP. So again, all you have to do is comment below, or you can always visit the services page of my website, which is down below in the description. I hope this helped get you out of the messy middle so you can know it is an okay place to be for a short period of time, but these are the steps to get out of it, and I will see you in my next video.